Hi, it's me, PamVanEe, and I've been working on a project. It's going to be for myself. I just wanted to just do a whimsical, just whatever, using, papers that I have. I have so many, book pages and different pages. So I took, what I used was a cereal box, one bigger than the other one. And, I cut them. It'll trim them up more even. This, and then one like that. And then what I got was, and then I covered it with paper. And I'm just winging it like it, I like to just do that. And I just covered this is the bigger cereal box with paper. And if you cut the paper, you're going to get a cleaner edge. But this is just whimsical, and I didn't mind that, this was like have a cracked finish to it. I like that look. But if you didn't like it, you could add fabric or whatever. Or you could just cut the paper when you glue it so it doesn't tear. And I can ink that a little bit. But so, and I'm leaving this flap here because I may back it with more paper and have magnets. I'm not sure. But let me just show you what I have going. So this box here, this was a cereal box, which I covered with paper. So that's just your bigger cereal box. And this one was quite a big cereal box here. It's over 3 inches. Almost 3 not quite 3 1/4. I think it was an Aldi's cornflakes box maybe. Or it's a bigger one. Use what you have. Then I took the smaller. This is a smaller cereal box, and what I did was I cut half of the width. So here's the full width, probably right here, and here, and I scored it in half. So I took it, since it's opening this way, I took it like this, and like I said, I'll trim it, and then I cut it here, like that. And then I scored this. I'm trying to remember. Scored this. I want it to open this way. So I scored this in half here. I think that's what I did. So let's see, I think I'll go, it's not quite 2, and it's however wide you want it to be. But let's look and see how wide. I think I have this probably about 3/4. So I want this to be a smaller booklet on top. And you can do however wide you want. I think I'll do about 3/4. And then you would cut it to whatever length. I have this one a little shorter, top and bottom. So that depends. And then you're going to fold this around. So you're going to have this, which would be cut. This would be cut here, here and here. So you would have your of course these flaps, so that this would open up. I guess I'll do that in a minute. Hang on. See what I'm doing here? I'm just cutting here. And then I will... Oh, I think I kept this, didn't I? Yeah, I kept this part. So that it went like this. But you wouldn't have to. But I'm thinking right here that I might keep this open, and I'm not sure. So then you could keep this part, and you can, once you roughly cut it, you can trim it more precisely with your cutter. And then you have a couple, you know, of these left too if you wanted to use them for tags or whatever. So then you'll have this like that. And like I said, when I put my paper, I'll leave like a little, this paper here, I'll leave a little extra, and then I might add, if I decide to keep this, I will add more paper and then maybe put magnets or Velcro. So when it sits like this, so the next step was I covered this all with paper. And you know, if you had two books you wanted to use, you could do that too. I might do that next time, but I covered it with scrapbook paper. And then when I did the scrapbook paper, I left a little overhang here so that I could add, you know, a magnet or whatever that you could add to here. So now you've got this piece here, smaller, cereal box. And I want it to open up this way. And you know, like I said, I'm going to trim it. And I'm going to glue it here. And just remember, you know, when you're going to have to cover this with paper. So you want to cover this first. So this will be, and what I did, once I had everything covered with paper, I was able to sew this on my sewing machine to really hold it, glue it, you know, let the glue dry and sew it. So then you're going to have this, and you can center it however you want. And then you're going to have this that opens up, and before you glue it down, I would cover all this with paper and then sew your signatures in, and then go like that. So the steps would be, get a larger cereal box, cut it like this, leave this flap if you want. If you don't, you don't have to. You can just leave it like that, like you would any book. But I'm going to just try something with that. Okay, so cover all your paper. And if you don't want it to crack, just measure it and cut it. If you don't mind, cover it all the way. And then when you fold it, you might have a little crack there. I don't mind it for this project. Then you'll get your other cereal box. Put it this way, the opposite way, so that, or however, it opens this way. And then take the spine of it and score it however you want that to be, however wide you want it. And then once all the paper's on, you would take it like this, and you would sew it if you can, or glue it. And then you would open that up, and then, you know, you would, of course, sew your signature in this one before you attach it. And there you go. So I think that's going to be really fun. So I don't know what you call it. A folio lap book, maybe? So this is what I did so far. And then I kind of, you wouldn't have to do this, but I put a little slit in the paper, and then I drew my ribbon through there. I was just going to see if that would work, and then I would attach another ribbon here. So I'm not sure with closure, but I just wanted to have that in case I wanted it that way. Okay, so I'll show you what I did. I used this really cool vintage guitar music sheet. There's a blue circle around my heart. Isn't that cute? And then I have different papers. And this is just rough, just rough what I might add. And I want to use this maybe as a collage or glue book too. And then, see, I might add more paper. I've got a bunch of, papers that I have that I don't, I haven't used. And I could add that there. It's cute. So then if you want something sewed, you would do it before you sew this in. Yeah, these are just papers I had cut, and I want it. And there's coffee cake I love. Like a streusel coffee cake. Different papers. And this could be more for writing. This section. On the other part, I'm thinking maybe more like a glue collage book. Just ideas, thoughts, Bible verses, whatever. And this too I could close like that and use that as a tuck. Okay, so that's that part. And of course, I do the cover last. Now, this is my spine, which I said was quite large, what, 3 1/4 or so? And I thought, well, I'll do 4 signatures. So I'll show you what I have gathered. It was just fun to get papers that I just had available. I may put this somewhere. This is like a, one of those coloring book pages. And what I did was I folded it in half. I sewed it across, so these can be pockets here. And then I'll probably, glue, and then this would be pocket. So that could be there. I'm not sure. And when I sewed this here, it's, this isn't glued down, but it's very sturdy. You could even tuck something in here like that. Okay, so let me show you what I have as far as signatures before I sew them in. So I thought 4 signatures. So what I have is this one. And I've got a thicker. I like to use a thicker at the beginning with signature. Here, let me come down a little bit farther. And then I think I might just sit down if I can. And because it's wider than 6, I folded some, like that's 4. You could do 3, you just, if you want it to be wider across this way instead of directly in half. And then I had this digital laying around that I hadn't used, which is beautiful. I think it's, I can't think. I'm telling you, my memory is not what it used to be. I can't remember. But, so I have, this will be a little tuck here because I glued it like that. And then just different papers. I just had, I have like here's a bunch too, like I have that I could add to collage or, things you want to use up. I've got lots of papers like that, so I need to use them. Okay, so then that can be a little tuck because I, glued it. I love deer, so I wanted it to be things that I like, that makes me happy. So this can be my Joy book, and I can add, whatever makes me happy, quotes, Bible verses, whatever. And some things I can collage or glue. Cute, I know some might think, oh God, that's so childish, all these children's book pages. But hey, if that's what makes me happy, I love the artists and illustrations. That's what I'm gonna have. And then I made this a pocket. Look how cute they are. Uh-oh, they're taking some eggs. It's not so good. With this beautiful scrapbook paper. And I added this to make it wider, this manila square. So I added it here, and then this will be a pocket. And then this will be a pocket. From a book, I like birds. There's some pretty birds nest. And then, I'll add more to it, but I just did a little bit. Then I added the, the Oriole's nest and the Weaver bird's nest. Here I had this music booklet. I may have gotten this from Marcy, Creator's Call. And I thought it was cute. And what I did was, I took it like this. Here was the music book. And I glued this piece here. Isn't that pretty? So I glued that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to glue this on or what. So I just paper clipped it. And I just added a couple little cards here. That might be a Tim Holtz. And so these little cards here, and I had a little address book paper and a little cookbook type paper, a little memory names book, and this cute little storybook, Where the Wild Things Go. Is that the name of it? So I thought it was kind of cute. So I may just want to have it clipped so I can see the back of it instead of gluing it in. So I just did this the other day. Okay, and then I just, there's that. And I glued that onto here. So then we got our next signature, which is this beautiful, I love the paper. It's got a little deckled edge. It's just really pretty. I'm like, okay, I don't need to save everything for journals I sell. Maybe I want to have some things for myself that I enjoy. So I think that's really pretty. I love the color blue. Here's some blues in here. The cute little story. Thought it looked really pretty with this. I like the texture of it. All creatures great and small. I thought they were cute. Looked like they were having a good time. There's stars in the sky, and I can collage or write. There's a deer. I like deer. Here's a little music page I can collage. Look at that cute little mouse. Little poem after the party. Uh-oh, he ate too much cake. I just think these are so adorable. A kite. The cupboard. Oh, and the squirrel. I love squirrels. I got squirrel charm. Here, what I did, because if you have loose papers, you got to attach them. Maybe this was together. This was together, but then I had this barbecue cookbook, the thicker indexes. And I left it open at the top for a pocket. And I think I have about 10 pages per, not pretty, signature. Look how pretty that is, the moon. And little stars here when the season of light life and light blows gently over the winter world and smiles shyly in the gleam of every sunbeam. It kind of goes. And while doing this, see, I just attached that like this. And I looked for thicker, like these are thicker book pages, thicker to collage on, and like coloring book pages with a cute squirrel. And then I attached this or glued it here. And cute mice. And then we've got wrapping paper, matte paper. These are thicker, so if I want to collage, I can. These things make me happy. And here I can attach, something. These book pages, that would be pretty. And then I would trim, so that would fit whatever the width of, of what you're doing. That you have to determine that with whatever size cereal boxes you have. America's First Music Teacher, got a little cut off. I made collage over it. Okay, nice and thicker. So that's one of the signatures. And like I said, I have 4. Let's see how much time I got. Okay, and then this one. I have this, I think it's Bazzil, B-A-Z-Z-I-L, I believe, cardstock, and it's got a little embossing to it. That was really pretty, textural. Then I had this tall pomegranate, pretty with the birds, which I like, and I thought this could be a belly band when I glue it like that, but then it can also open up. I could put things here. Okay, I'm going to clip that so I don't lose that. And then I like the mushroom page that I tore out of a World of Plants book. And I attached it here. I had glued it because it was, it was 2 single pages. So you want to do that prep before you sew in your signatures. Nice thicker children's book page. Here's really pretty little book with a different size. Beautiful illustrations and little quotes. This was a bigger children's book page, like a craft page, and it's thicker, so I can collage on it if I would like. This page, I'll show you. So I had a lot of fun. I really enjoy piecing things. So here I had torn this, which was out of a magazine, and I love the blue porcelain. So I tore it, and then I sewed around it. Look at that cute porcelain fox. So I had tore it and sewed around it, added it to this beautiful children's book page with the poem, and then added music here. So this page was sewn onto this paper and then added on. So we have this beautiful music kind of craft book page of hand painted porcelain. So we have that. So that makes it really fun and interesting. Here is some scrapbook paper. I think that's been dyed, coffee dyed, and it has, the little writing there, but if I collage it, that won't matter. So how I folded that, if I can remember. Oh, okay, so here I glued it to the edge of this paper. So you can fold some edges of papers like this. book, and I doubled the pages for this to make it thicker. So I glued this page together, this and this, left a little edge, folded it over, excuse me, and glued it. And another, excuse me, thicker. This is so cute. These book pages. Look how cute they are. And they're really big. You know, I did cut things down, but it's my opportunity to use them because they're bigger paper and they're nice and thick. Mademoiselle, she went to the well. She didn't forget her soap and towel. She washed her hands. She wiped them dry. She said her prayers and jumped up high. That's so cute. I'm really as fond of my garden as a young author of his first play. And look at, he's sewing on a button. Too cute. So this will open up like that, the flowers. And this is a really nice thick from a garden book. So there's the middle of that signature, and I tried to do some light colors, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Look at her. Oh my goodness. And then here's the page that I had doubled, glued together. And then the beautiful blue porcelain. I like fox. Some pretty plants. Talk about pressing plants. Isn't that cute with the dragonfly? There's the thicker children's book page. And this I had pieced together. You can see the world of plants. If it's cut off a little bit. I love mosses. You know, it does still talk here. It has a little bit cut off there, and I could collage something. And then here's the cover paper that I folded over, probably to about 4 inches there, 4.5. Then I had this really fun placemat. It's got a little texture to it. So what I did was I glued it on, left this, did I leave this open? I'm not sure. No, I didn't. So I left this a little bit open here. And it's pretty. And then you can write in here. So there's signature 2. Here's 3. And I don't know in what order I'll put them. So I'm looking forward to collaging and decorating these. And then once I make one for myself, I'll make some to sell too. I took this Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, Edith Holden. And I'm folding it here. And, you know, look at, you can collage all here. Added this paper right here. What I did was I took the thicker, this is like a graffiti page, and I probably would never use it anywhere else, so I just folded it, you know, like about 4 inches. And then this would be about 8, because if it's 12 by 12. And then I like Dr. Seuss, and I added him here, and I like the color turquoise, so I what did I do? I took this a blue square paper, cardstock here, glued it on the graffiti page. Then I had some torn paper here, and I used that because I like the color of the beige there. So you've got the graffiti cardstock, then you got this cardstock, this book page, and this torn here. And then when you flip it, I added a little bit of torn music paper, and then you have this big pocket tuck here, and then I can collage. I just happen to have this little square, and I thought that would make a great pocket. I just have this here because I like the colors with it. And I read this book as a child and read it to my kids. So I like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Makes me happy. Colors make me happy. And I'll do something here. And I added this faux coffee dye paper because I just brought in some of this color here. And then I will sew it like that. That signature. Oh, no, that's not done. No, I have part of it here. I've got this. So, yeah, like I said, I have about 10. Depending how many, the thickness of your spine. How many signatures you want to put in. And my husband, who's a little bit corny, I said, okay, I'm going to make this with 4 signatures. And so he goes, okay, where do you want me to sign? Get it? Signatures 4. Okay, yeah. So, here's the next page. I love this children's book page. It's a sewing room. It's got fabric. I love the bright colors. I'm not afraid of color. I like it. And I pieced it here. I sewed it to this children's book page. I just had it laying around. I glued it together. So there's the children's book page. And then I had this just laying around with from a National Geographic possibly, and it had the cactuses, and then I had this cactus paper which I would never use, so I thought that would be good together. So I just glued and sewed some paper together, and then I flipped it out. See, I had taken it, folded it, and then I had this laying around, so I thought, oh, that would be fun. And then you can flip it like that. So we have that, and then I have a thicker cardstock. That was kind of pretty, and then it went with that. I have an Edith Holden. This is a children's book page, a nice thicker paper. This is, I know it's like that, but I may cover it, I'm not sure, but the green kind of goes, and I could collage over that. With this, I had some, might be 8x8 thicker. I have lots of solid cardstock, lots. A short while I made mini albums, and you used a lot of just plain colored cardstock, so I thought I'm going to start using it. So I just folded that around, took this book page, this really cute little rabbit, and I sewed here a book page like that. So you fold things over, sew that onto here, and folded that over, so you'll have a tuck sewn on, and then there's the other side of the cute little book page, so that'll go like that. And then this could be here someplace, so just gonna keep that there. And then there's the third signature, and I got one more. Excuse me. This is a thicker, quite a thick paper bag. I'm not sure where I got it. Really thick. You can cut it to size. I'll open up this here, possibly. And then I folded this book page over from an Ideals magazine, I believe. Yeah. And then glued it to this cute with the foxes. Here, Just love these Morning Glories. Added wrapping paper. Yeah, this, I backed it so it's thicker. And then I cut with my pinking scissors from a magazine this pillow that had, is it bluebells maybe? And then this will be like a big thick belly band. So what this was a wide piece like this. So I folded it over and glued it. And then I added some layers here and here. And then on here I had this from a book and I liked it with a pocket. So I glued that to the other side. Here's that thicker craft children's book. It'll be nice to collage on. A nice garden book page, workbook page, bird book page. This is that fun, thicker. Look at it. And he was playing the flute, the little puppy. And then really pretty because I love the color blue. Pour this out of a map book. And this was from, I can't think of the Net magazine. A lot of people use it. But look at the cute house. And I want to make a little house card. Oh, Daphne's Diary. That's what it is. Daphne's Diary. So cute because I love miniatures. And she makes these little miniature things. So this was this pieced? No, this wasn't pieced. Interesting book page. A large garden book page. There's that craft thicker page. And then look how fun that is. That's a little digital. I don't have a lot of digitals, but you know, whatever I have laying around, I'll use it. Flowers. Look how pretty that is. And then there's the other side of that Ideals magazine, and I like the barns. I love, this is my favorite tree, aspen or birch tree. So there's the 4th signature. So those will be my signatures. And the next thing I'm going to do is sew them into the journal. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you had fun watching that. And I'm just playing it by ear, but I'm enjoying it. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.